A broadcasting legend in his own mind. He's known to be prickly and very opinionated. It's time to get in the huddle with your host, Coach Muddle.
All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Huddle. It's me, Coach Muddle, Nevada Nick, Captain Jack. How you doing, gentlemen?
I'm doing this side because you can't really see my gun on the other side. Sun's not out because it's very, very rainy down here, but the guns are out, mother.
Yes, it's rainy here, high above in the Coach Muddle studios.
The world famous.
Swing the camera around to see the view of
a view of the roof. There you go.
Stop. You can see between the roof. Man, why you gotta rain on my parade, Captain?
Well, you said it was raining, man. Well, for those that don't know, this motherfucker had me backstage for
that's what I'm saying. Private chat. Hello. Are you not paying fucking attention?
Hello. 5 minutes. I'm listening to these guys go back and forth talking bullshit, and I'm sitting there. Hey, I'm here. And
don't
by the
blame
way,
me. He's the one who lets people in.
Nick, I'm not blaming you, Nick. You know? He was like, if you guys see what he's looking like right now with his head in his fucking phone, that's what I saw for 5 minutes waiting.
And I have to. We're in between interns. It is a, pandemic. So we're in between interns. So I have to do all the button pushing myself. Okay.
We've been in between interns for like a decade, it seems like.
Right,
now.
but I had the intern starting, and then this whole pandemic thing started.
Great choice, too. Yeah. But if I can get into, I'm coming in hot a little bit tonight.
Coming in hot. We're going to start with your Flyers.
I am not happy about Carter Hart not starting last night. Now, he's 22 years old. I mean, I know my cousin said he heard some things saying he was tired and all that, but he's 22. And to me, you're down 2-1. Obviously you don't want to go down 3-1. They had been outplayed the whole series.
Yep. Except for
so if you get outplayed again, what's the one thing in hockey that can give you a chance to compete in the game? And that's goaltending.
Good goaltending. Yeah.
So why you would switch it last night? Look, the coach, he's pulled the right chords all year. But I didn't get it last night. But not even that. So this guy's our future. So these are the kind of games you want him in with the adversity.
You expect him to be in a lot of these games.
Plus, playoff experience, must-win games. You're going to have them. He's going to face them. And just I don't get it. And then, look, does it matter? Probably not. I mean, but on that breakaway goal, that wasn't really a good shot. He didn't get a good shot off. And Elliott lets it between his legs. The Flyers were actually playing pretty damn good there. I thought the momentum was on the Flyers side, and then obviously the guy slips past the defense and Provy and gets the goal. But I think it's pretty simple. I don't feel like I was talking about with my cousin last night. I don't think this is some buzzsaw that just come in and beat us and was a better team. I don't think the Flyers are playing that good. I really don't. You haven't seen it from their top players. Me and Captain were saying offline or before the show.
When I was backstage for 5 fucking minutes without,
But no, the third line has been the most impressive line. I mean, Voracek's been okay, but Drew, Konechny, JVR.
Who?
I mean,
who?
Exactly.
I haven't heard of those guys. Do they like people that score? Because they certainly haven't showed up in this series. Actually, they haven't showed up even in the last series. So there's a lot of good things. Like Nick says, you got Carter Hart, which is a prominent goalie for the future. I still like the other kid that's coming up. Elliott played okay. It's not like he didn't play well, but the scorers have not been showing up. And when your third line is your best line, that does not bode well. The Flyers were outplayed overall in the Canadian series. And I went with my buddy, the guy from Montreal, Sales Singh. You can tell he's a damn French Canadian as well. Hi, sir. But and by the way, happy birthday to Jason Dean Hunter.
Jason Dean, happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday,
21 today, so he's actually officially ready to actually have some alcohol. So getting back to what we were saying, but the Flyers performers have not done well. So it actually is positive in the fact you got a really good young goaltender. You got some guys that hopefully will show up next season. I like where the Flyers are going, but these guys, like Nick was saying, I ain't taking credit for this because this is true. Giroux has been on a milk carton MIA. So we need these guys to actually show up, and I think that there's a good future for the Flyers with Carter Hart, with the other kid that's in AAA or AHL, whatever the hell you call it, with another good young goaltender. Just need some more positivity coming out for it. I think that the Flyers are gone. They're gone. Boy, wait to hear what Coach has to say. Who's gonna win the East? Because I'm gonna chuckle.
Well,
I'm gonna chuckle right now.
Captain, it's still a squandered opportunity. I really think it is. And there's a lot of question marks in the Flyers in regards to, what happens with Giroux. He's got a big cap number. I'm not sure how many years are left. I don't think obviously he is worth what they're paying him now. I think you kind of have the same question with Voracek. I'm fine with Hayes. I think Hayes was a good signing.
Oh yeah.
But you just don't know. Look at Ghost. Ghost, we thought was going to be, if you'd have told me in 2 years or 2 or 3 years ago, Ghost would be healthy scratches when we're in the playoffs, man, I wouldn't have believed it. So there is some questions, obviously, on where they go, because I don't really know the cap situation with the Flyers, and you have some decisions to make in regards to, they do have some players like Voracek and Giroux that are getting up there in age, and, you could probably spend that money better elsewhere.
Yeah, I actually, if it comes down, and again, I don't know the cap numbers. I don't know what the contracts exist. I'd like to keep Voracek, and I hate saying this, but I think that Giroux would be better served giving whatever money that he's making, providing it you can get out of the contract, let him go somewhere else. Because again, I love Claude Giroux, but I think it's time to give Voracek the C, or even Couturier. I think Couturier would be a better use for that captainship.
Yeah, so captain, he has, so next year, $7.2 million, and then the year after that, $4 million. So, and the cap hits $8 million next year and $8 million the year after. That's a huge cap hit for a guy that's just not, look, I love G, but his best days are behind him, I think.
Which will be another jersey that I have of somebody that is not once he leaves, by the way, because again, I have all these wonderful Flyer jerseys of people that probably are not going to be there. I got a nice Ghost jersey. I had a Simmons jersey last year. I got Giroux, and then of course you got the Broad Street Bully jersey. So I'm not going to have a Flyer jersey with anybody that's on the team. So maybe I can get a discount when they go on sale. But I'm not going. Don't need any more. But maybe get a Voracek. I'd like to get a Hayes because the kid has shown a lot.
Carter Hart, he'll be around for a while.
There you go.
Yeah, I look good in I am a big 79 type of guy, defensive type of player. So that's why I don't wear a Derek Carr jersey, man. A body like this does not look good in a 4. Okay. No, you need double digits and big numbers. There you go.
So Coach, now you want to. So you really think? Go ahead.
I think
he's
that
done.
it's going to be
prisoner of the moment.
I'm trying to draw it out. I really think that the Islanders will close it out here on Tuesday.
That we do agree with.
They'll get past Tampa Bay.
That's what we don't agree with.
Jason Dean's Knights in the finals.
Oh, but wait, Jason Dean. It gets better than that. Go ahead, Coach. Go to the next level. That is stupidity on what we think. Okay, come on.
Sure.
Put it out there.
I think the Islanders win it. I'm saying it. The Islanders will win it. And the reason is just to throw it in the Caps' face because they fired the coach and now he's going to take another team just to say, hey, screw you. You thought it was all about Ovi. Well, guess what? It was me. I'm the guy who took the team to the
and that's capital, not my face. It's
well, this is why hockey's so hard to predict. Look how good the Avalanche looked. Now the Stars look great. Vegas has been consistent. I would say Vegas has been the most consistent team with Tampa, in the playoffs so far. So, I mean, that's where I would lean. I mean, Tampa's got the experience. And here's the thing, too. When does Tampa get Stamkos back? Because they get Stamkos back.
That's another weapon, baby.
Yeah, I mean, and good goaltending too. I just think the Islanders honestly caught a little lightning in the bottle here, and I think they caught the Flyers are just not playing good hockey. Flyers didn't play good against Montreal. I mean, I think Carter Hart kept them in that series, and we got away in 6. And I mean, look, if you look at it, they almost got to where it could have been 2-2, and yesterday, I mean, they were tied there, and I think they've been, thoroughly outplayed by the Islanders in the series.
Yeah, and every time I did this on my show last night, every time I looked down or was looking at a comment from something, I missed a goal. So, I missed the goal when the Flyers tied it up, and I saw it afterwards, and I saw that they were down 2-1. I saw that they were down 3-1. So I'm like, I'm better off not watching the game, because when I don't watch the game, good things happen. So if it means for me not to watch any Flyers hockey for the rest of my life and they win the Stanley Cup, just make sure I'm there at the parade, because then you can say it's because Captain didn't watch the games. We won the cup. So there you go.
Well, like you said, Captain, I think ultimately the future is bright. I like where the coaching's headed. I think we found our goaltender for the first time in 3 decades. So it's just putting the team around them now. That's going to be the thing, finding the right pieces. You got a lot of good young players, Provorov, Travis Konechny. And let's not forget, obviously Lindblom, who they re-signed, will be back next year. And then also Nolan Patrick. A lot of people forget.
Yeah, I forgot about
he had headaches. That's a young, talented player with some upside. So that is, if you want to look at the bright side of things.
But I do think issue.
What? Yeah, no, I think he had headaches, Captain, or migraines. Isn't that what it was?
Yeah, he had migraines again and again and again. So I don't know whether it's kind of like a Lindros concussion issue, or if it's just something that they need to be aware of. I definitely hope it's not like Lindros and the concussions.
No, I know
that would just be a total waste. And again, nothing against Eric, but look how great Eric Lindros could have been if he had been around for much longer.
You saw some flashes.
Oh, I mean, come on, Lemieux. When we beat the Steelers, the Penguins in the playoffs, they did a torch passing. I mean, Lemieux thought he was the next guy. I mean, Lindros. I mean, he won the Hart Trophy. Obviously, I mean, he was dominant physically. I mean, that Legion of Doom line with Leclerc, him, and Renberg. I mean, Lindros was unbelievable. And then hockey changed, though, too, a little bit. It did change from the big physical guys to a more finesse-type game, open skate. I think, didn't they make the ice bigger, too, in the NHL? Didn't they do that?
Yeah.
Which obviously changed things, too.
And they also got rid of the two line passing. You can actually go over. Remember, you had to only do one line at a time. Then they actually said you can pass from the blue to the red and all the other thing. You got, man, I tell you, man, I like Stiz. Stiz, we got to go party, man. We got to party.
Yeah.
That's it. You didn't see the guy. Oh, wait. There you go, buddy. Yeah. That's it. And I got my Harley right outside, dude.
Stiz, he's got that piney look from Sons of Anarchy.
Hey, Stiz, in case I get too much heat, I moved the camera so you'll have to play back as I made a little panoramic view as we're high above in the new Coach Muddle studios here in lovely downtown Dewey Beach.
Yeah, and you break our balls, Coach. But ask Stiz again. We went in AC. I'm like, whenever I'm with Stiz, I win, man. I won again.
Now, wait a second. What are you going to do for your sweetheart? His birthday is Friday.
Oh.
Are you going to buy him a hooker?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Stiz, whatever you want. Whatever you want, Stiz. It's yours.
Just stay away from redheads, man. Just stay away from redheads.
Okay. Well, redhead. He got a redhead. He gets a little jealous sometimes.
I'm not a redhead. I got a red beard.
Redheads are awesome, but I tell you, man, they waste your pocketbook and they mess with your mind. So just get a beautiful bodacious Latina with a nice brunette, and they talk like this, and they rock your world, baby. Just go to Latina. There you go.
Now, Coach, you want to transition to the trade in football?
Yeah, you want to go. The Jaguars seems to be having a fire sale because they traded their disgruntled defensive end who.
Say the name. Say the name, Coach.
Ngakwe.
Ngakwe.
Wow.
There you go.
All right. Yeah.
Pretty close. I was waiting for him to suck it up.
What they should have gotten for him. I mean, would they get a 2 and a 5 that could possibly
turn into a 3? Yeah.
But they got rid of a headache that wasn't going to put out anyway. Okay. They wanted too much money.
But wait a second. But now also you have a running back that you just dumped on the market who is.
Because they couldn't get anything for him. The coach said they asked. We couldn't get a 7 or a 6 or a 5.
Because here's the deal. Why would I pay for something if I know I can get it for free?
Right.
I mean, why pay for the milk? Why pay for the cow when the milk's for free?
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Somebody will pick them up. But I tell you, I think it's a good trade for the Vikings. You lose Everson Griffin, and now you replace him with a young. I think he's 24. Obviously you're going to have to pay him after this year, and you say, hey, look, you're paying money. I haven't given up a second, but hey, you take a second-round pick. I'll take the guarantee guy I've seen play that we know can produce. Then some second-round pick. We're hoping that becomes a good NFL player. I mean, I'll take the proven commodity every day of the week. Like I always go back to the Eagles trade when they gave up the first for Jason Peters. I mean, that's just it's a steal. I mean, when you get a proven commodity for a pick, I think they value these draft picks so much. When you can get a proven commodity, I get it. Now, I'm not saying you do the 50 who type trade or like the trade of who was the big trade a couple weeks ago. I'm drawing a blank for some reason, but where you give up all the draft capital that's been given up. But I think it's a good move for the Vikings. In fact, I bet the Vikings to win the division. It's plus 135. I would bet the Vikings now.
Yeah, that'll get Tommy back here because then he'll have something to talk about.
Right?
The PP is probably happy.
Peter, yes. Oh. He's happy eating his peepees and his English peepees. And,
well, if they're English peepees, they taste like shit. If there's anything in the
experience.
No, I'm just saying whatever it is, whatever food look. I will say real quick. I went to a wedding in England when I was stationed over there. You saw the spread. All this food, it looked, oh my God, it looked divine and just mouth-watering. And then you ate it, and it tasted like cardboard shit, okay? So it doesn't matter what it looks like. If it's in England, it tastes like ass.
Yeah. So all right. Now, Coach, like Stiz said, where Fournette goes,
Fournette, I could see him going, I'm going to throw these places out, okay?
Yeah.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I see Tampa.
Yeah.
New England. Why not?
I could see Philadelphia because you have Miles Sanders and Boston Scott just as that, a rougher, more, bigger back to wear teams down more like Blunt was. Jason Dean brought up a good one with Seattle.
Yeah.
I don't know about Houston. They just did the trade and obviously picked up David Johnson, so I don't think about that. How about Pittsburgh? Connor?
Pittsburgh, but
I would say look at where and people forget about these things, but look at familial, look at history, look where his family is from, look where people that he was working with in the past are from. Maybe goes to Nollins because if he went to LSU.
What about LA?
Sorry?
LA. The Rams. They lost they
drafted Cam Akers though. But one possibility too, like you said, New Orleans, there's actually an interesting development with that. So Alvin Kamara has had 3 straight unexcused absences from practice. Yeah. So that's something to keep your eye on as well.
Yeah, and it would be funny if Fournette gets over to Nollins, and Kamara, who actually played at Tennessee, maybe worms his way out to go play for the Titans, going back to college roots. I can see things like that.
Yeah. And I also could see Miami.
I can see Florida because this way he's not moving away in state. I would actually
state income tax too.
Right, and I would actually bet more Miami than Tampa. I just see it. There's a ventriloquist.
Yeah, because my computer was dying. I had to go plug the battery in, so I was just talking. Yeah, you couldn't see me.
Hey, but what about
better than this?
At you. What about this one? Let me throw this team out there. The Redskins. I mean the
Washington football team.
Well, you look, their pick from a year or two ago couldn't stay healthy. Got to get off the field issues. Got to get rid of them. And all you have is Adrian Peterson. I mean, if you have a young quarterback, why not go get yourself that running back that can really take some pressure off? Yeah. And I mean, AP still got something in the tank, and it's not there. But man, that's a 1-2. That's a great 1-2 punch, right? For a young quarterback.
I think the three spots are New Orleans because he played at LSU. And Kamara's situation. Plus, they've missed Ingram. They really have. Since Ingram's gone, which is, I wouldn't obviously put Fournette as good as Ingram, but he's similar to Ingram. And then Seattle. And I think Philly's a possibility. I really do. Sanders is banged up. Boston Scott, I know we saw flashes, but can you count on him? I wouldn't be surprised if he went in Philly, too, because we all know he's only getting a 1-year deal. 1-year prove-it deal. That's all that he's going to get. And then if he can, have a nice year, maybe he can cash in because they've had a lot of rumors, but things come out too about problems and issues with him too, attitude problems, and a lot of things come out of Jacksonville about Fournette. Yeah, I like Tampa too, Stiz. I do.
I can find a possibility. Like I said, it would work. Remember, because when Brady had Blunt there in the Cheatriot land, it worked. So I mean, it just depends upon if Coach Old Dude who with the Kangol hat, whose name is Arians. There you go. Well, every time I say that name, I always think like it's going to be Coach Arians, like that, But that's a different joke. But I can see it working in Tampa. But and again, it all depends upon what he wants. I can see him basically being in the Southeast, New Orleans, somewhere in the state of Florida. Maybe even go to Atlanta. I'm not even sure what Atlanta has at running back, but so you maybe like to stay in that area.
Yeah, and Stiz, it was because of contract. They're saying Kamara did miss because of a contract reason.
Yeah.
That he wants more money. I guess more money. That's an issue in Philadelphia right now. Supposedly, because they were talking about bumping Jason Peters back out to left tackle. They said he wants more money if he's going to play left tackle instead of left guard. And that bothers me a little bit. Look, I get it if you're a young guy. The Eagles have paid Peters a lot of money. And, come on, you can't, leg out 1 year. And look, it wasn't like you went into the year that way. I mean, we've had an injury. And, if you need him to play left tackle, play left tackle. Does the extra $2 or $3 million really matter for Jason Peters, who I think he's probably made over $100 million or pretty damn close to it with the Eagles. Right.
Yeah, and David and Stiz are correct. I forgot that Gurley went back home. UGA guy went back to Atlanta. Well, you're talking about another guy that is injury prone,
right,
in Atlanta. So maybe you get another injury prone dude that's from the South, the SEC. So you can have maybe mix and match which guy is less injury prone each week, who's a pain in the ass.
I say that New England is a good spot because if you remember, Fournette tweeted out they should sign Cam, and apparently he's didn't really Minshew and him didn't get along, I guess.
Yeah,
but he said sign Cam Newton, so you have that angle. Plus, Sonny Michel has kind of been injury prone, and that would make a real good 1-2 punch up there as well.
On the Cleveland.
What about the Bills?
On the Cleveland.
Yeah. I mean, the Bills could be a possibility. Who knows? I guess anything's a possibility.
I'm not talking about anything about Fournette or just we have our running backs here. Cleveland.
He's doing his Belichick. Now, Coach, did we talk about on Thursday? I can't remember if we talked about it or it was after Thursday that the Big Ten announced about talking about starting Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. What is going to be the difference between now and Thanksgiving?
3 months.
Why wouldn't you just play?
Absolutely.
It was obvious. What's the difference? 3 months.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a little bit less than 3 months, Captain. But yeah,
it's a joke, Nick. Okay.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. But we all know. I don't think a vaccine's coming out in that time. They're talking like basically spring of next year.
Yeah.
And here's the other big news. And I know Billy is trying to chime in. I'm trying to get him over onto the live feed, because
Billy, get with it.
Yeah, because he's got his.
Hey Billy, what's up, brother? Brother man, what's going on?
Your boy Carson Wentz. I mean, get on the Jalen Hurts bus because I think he's going to be your starting quarterback.
It's a weak injury. He has a little soft tissue problem, Coach. Give it time. Wentz is going to be – now, see, once again, Billy was just saying 2 weeks ago Wentz was going to have a big year. What did he say about Wentz?
Let's see.
He said a couple weeks ago when he showed up for the one time that Wentz was going to have a big year.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of Christmas presents coming in.
Yeah.
And he has
here's what he said, Nevada. So can we finally admit that Carson Wentz injury problem are indeed a problem?
Because he has a soft tissue and it's a weak injury. They had no training camp, no OTAs.
And Billy thinks bangers and mash are good.
A sighting of the pig eater.
Yeah.
Hey.
There he is. I know. Wow. Wow, he's alive. Now here's the big thing with the Eagles is Rager's hurt now. He's out 4 weeks. The rookie receiver they drafted. Obviously, you've lost your left tackle and Andre Dillard, so that hurts the line. Barnett's hurt. The defensive tackle Hargraves from Pittsburgh's hurt. That's what I'm concerned about is all the injuries already. Goddard's hurt. They can't have all these injuries just, going into the start of the season. Well, I'm not worried about Wentz.
2 weeks from today, the Giants play on Monday night against Pittsburgh. Week from or is it a week? Week from this Thursday is
the start of the season.
Yeah.
Wow, isn't it crazy? And we'll get revved up, man. I can't wait. We'll have our Sunday show. Stiz is going to do some fantasy with us.
Stiz doing his special fantasy football. So for all you fantasy football guys out there, get the word out. Make sure you get in on some of Stiz's action.
And Stiz is right. I forgot Miles Sanders is week to week too, which is your starting running back.
I take it the Sunday shows are before the games, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, great. Then you can do the Sunday shows before the games. Then you can join Captain Jack on the Ask Captain Jack show after the Sunday games and probably when the 9 o'clock game is on if you don't really like whoever's playing at 9 o'clock.
Unless the Raiders are playing.
Right.
Yeah, well, then it'll be after that 9 o'clock game. So
it'll be about 1 a.m. on the East Coast.
Yeah, but I've done it.
Tommy, type in why you had your little what would we call it? What do they call it? I'm drawing a blank on the word. My head's mush today. It really is. I guess a little protest or whatever. It seemed like Tommy was MIA for 2 weeks.
Yeah. See, he was in bed with all of these people.
Flared up too much in his eyes.
No, see, he was so proactive. He saw that there was going to be all of these protests and other things in football, so he hit it ahead of everybody. Okay. In fact, they were following his lead. He says, "No, I'm not going to excuse it from the gonorrhea of the eye. I'm going to say I'm protesting all the things that are going on." Sabbatical spelled wrong, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
But
good for putting it out there, Stiz. I got you.
Good work, Stiz.
But good word. I'll give. I mean, if it was on the board,
Nick can't. His brain is mush anyway. You got to feed him words and other things.
Oh, Coach, don't even go there. You can't do anything. This is coming from a guy who can't even put up comments. I got to put comments on transition for him. Coach is just sitting there.
He talk about me. Room for 5 minutes. You didn't even see him in the goddamn back room.
Exactly. Captain was in the back in the green room.
He was in the green room.
5 minutes,
yeah. No tasty cakes.
Coach Belichick says fucking Coach Muddle's fucked up because he had Captain Jack in the damn green room for 5 minutes.
Here's Billy. Yeah.
Here's Billy.
It's if he was out for the year, he'll be playing week 1. Billy said he's gonna have a big year. Maybe Billy's a mush now. I
don't know. Oh man.
He still might have a big year. Like I said, he might be getting a whole bunch of Christmas gifts. He might be getting some bar mitzvah gifts that were misplaced to some guy. So you think he's Jewish with the last name of Wentz, so they go to the wrong house. So maybe from the Steinman bar mitzvah or the Steinman wedding. So whatever, he could have a big year. Now, big coffee talk, big whoop. There you go.
I know you guys are basketball guys, obviously, but Clippers moved on yesterday. Celtics won game 1. As we know, I said it would be Clippers Celtics in the finals.
Hold on, I want to mention, because we had some big losses in the world of basketball over the weekend. You had the Georgetown great
John Thompson Jr.
And then is it Lute
Olson?
Lute Olson. Yeah.
He coached the Arizona team with Bibby and Miles Simon, who won the national championship.
Right. So we had those two guys, unfortunately.
And Cliff Robinson also died.
Robinson, yes.
And it's weird. It's like they say these things happen in threes, and it's like they almost do. It's also stunning to hear, not sports related, but he played Jackie Robinson, and it was on Jackie Robinson Day in baseball where Chadwick Boseman passed away from cancer at 43, which was sad to hear. But I had the honor to get to see John Thompson coach. I was at the 89 NCAA tournament up at the Basketball Hall of Fame and saw the Georgetown team with Mourning and Dikembe Mutombo playing the NC tournament when I was 7 years old. And what a privilege that was. And I think it was Iverson today that literally came out and said he saved my life. I mean, John Thompson took on a lot of kids and, tried to, he got them degrees, and Allen Iverson was the first one to leave early. And that was a big deal. But he told Iverson he understood because Iverson wanted to take care of his mom. He gave him his blessing. But and I'm actually watching right now, Shaq's wearing the towel on his shoulder like John Thompson used to do. So a great guy, and was sad to hear that today.
Yeah, but we talking about practice, not a game.
Right.
Practice. Not a game.
But practice. Just practice. But you know what? AI will be loved in Philly. Because in Philly, no matter what, if you play hard like AI did, which you never had to question whether he was going to come in the game, and that's what mattered to people in Philadelphia. Yeah. I mean, he's beloved in the city.
And getting back to the point again, blessings to all the folks that we all great guy. I say Lute Olson, John Thompson, Cliff Robinson. Who's the other one that just
Chadwick Boseman?
Yeah, well, okay, the actor Chadwick Boseman. Right. So yeah, it's been a bad weekend. Well, as long and I say this facetiously, but not as long as I'm not on that list anytime soon. I'll call it a good weekend. But blessings to all the folks.
Yes, Jason, but we weren't on the air for Lute Olson, so we're kind of catching up. Remember, we're only on till Thursday. I think that happened after we got off the air Thursday.
Now, Coach, have they announced anything for high school football in your area? They canceled it where I'm at.
They've canceled it, but the governor just announced that they have opened up. He's going to allow fall sports, and now it's up to DIAA to make that voting. They will have, I think, September 10th, they have their meeting. And I know that if you're listening and you're in this area, There is a big rally at 6:30 at the Circle in Georgetown to get DIAA to open up football and sports and everything.
Good DIAA to open up football.
So,
now I don't know how you guys feel.
DIAA to open up football.
To me, it should be up to the parent and the kid. That's what I think. I mean, that should make the decision.
Right.
If the parents are willing to allow their child to play and the kid wants to play, I think they should let them play. I think you can see that it seems like younger people aren't affected by this, coronavirus pandemic. It seems to be older people and compromised immune system.
Well, and now, the CDC just came out and it's really 6% or whatever. That number was way off. What?
I was way off.
I'm not way off, right?
I know. Right. Well, they're now even saying that
when you look at the total population, it comes out to being 0.0029 at the which is okay. It's a little worse than the flu. So let's move on with our day and
unless you're one of the 0.0029, then it's really fucking serious,
right?
Okay. But okay, Captain, and I'm not speaking for. I'm speaking for the kids because it really is happening to affect older folks with underlying conditions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, like yourself. So stay your ass at home. Just do the stream, and we'll go from there. But as far as kids playing ball, the kids need to get out. They need to be, and play.
I agree.
And the kids want to play. A lot of kids want to play. You see it in college with the Big Ten. And you see it in high school. I know around here a lot of parents are disappointed. Jason Dean mentioned that he's Northeastern. I'm Southeastern Pennsylvania. And look, man, I know if I was a kid, I'd want to play, especially if it was my senior year. Those are times you don't get back in your life. And that's not a decision I think the government should make unless it was, completely out of control, which I don't think we're at that point. I think it's a decision. Like I said, it should be up to the parent and the kid and that community.
Right.
And as long as everybody signs a waiver, because you're going to have things. If you don't, it's going to get litigious. It's going to get very nasty.
You're right, Captain. That's you got. I hate to say it, but sometimes you got to take that out of the question. You're right about that.
Yeah.
You got to eliminate that part.
Right. So, all right. As we move on, I really hope the kids need to play. Kids, especially these seniors. This is what they work for,
Yeah,
so.
And Coach, think of the kids that have that big senior year and maybe get some college interest out of it. And, not all of them are studs and juniors. Some have big strides between that 16 and 17-year-old age, and you know what I mean, or grow or whatever it may be. And, plus, nobody should lose their senior year of football. So
I would say Billy just put down the points. Okay. If Nevada says that it's up to the parents and the teachers, and then Billy says, but I would rather, be safe. That's why it's up to the parents and the teachers.
But not every parent thinks like Billy.
Billy's killing kids off now. Not to be, but Billy, that's a little extreme, I would think. I haven't heard many 18-year-olds dying from the coronavirus. And I think any parent that thought if there was a 0.1% chance wouldn't do it. Like, you think I would, if I had a kid, put them out to danger. But I know a lot of parents with kids, and they want their kids to play football. And, no parent would put their child in harm. Right. But I think you're a little extreme with that, Billy. A little bit far-fetched.
I will say, though, but like I said, there was a death of a 6-year-old here in Hillsborough County. And there was deaths down at Manatee, because I was talking with and this was really cool. I had a really great day the other day, which actually did make my weekend. I actually spoke with Bob Grant and Henry Lawrence on the same day, just on the phone shooting the shit. And Henry was telling me about how they've opened up in Manatee, which is a little bit south of Sarasota, and they had a big bump in the rates of kids getting sick. And they had a couple kids die down there. They had, like I said, a 6-year-old in Hillsborough. So, I mean, and it's non-political, non-this or whatever, but the facts are people are still dying.
But my point would be, too, is, though, if you're going to live your life scared, well, then guess what? Don't let your kid drive their car either, because there's a chance they could get in that car and get into an accident. Right. You know what I mean? So absolutely. If you're going to live your life scared, I would feel different. If I had a son and he wanted to play football, and with the circumstances I'm looking at, I would allow him to play football.
I agree.
You can't protect your kids. That's just how I feel.
Right. You can't put them in a bubble and make them walk around,
Right.
Well, you can be a bubble boy just like as long as, no, it's the moops. The moops. Yeah,
I don't know what Billy's talking about with coaches can't provide water. I don't know if that's
what it is no, it's not that they can't provide water. The water has to be in a bottle. It can't.
Yeah, well, kids bring their own bottle. It's not.
You can't have a
2020. I think that's capable.
It's totally different. Totally different. And Billy makes it sound as, oh my God, there's no water. No, they don't want kids sharing the button to make water. So
20 years ago, we brought our own stuff anyway, and we put our names on it, Gatorade or whatever. So he's not allowed to provide water for the kids. Well, then, if you can't hydrate them, then that's a problem, Billy. You don't want to not let them drink fluids.
So how about them Dolphins? We'll go to the next subject.
Yeah, move on.
Hey, yes, Billy, and DIAA is meeting on the 10th because the governor just opened up some more stuff, so that could change.
Right.
And Stiz, no, I am in downtown, high above Dewey Beach, Delaware. Okay, that's where I am broadcasting from. And just because the lighting didn't work, and maybe the sun went down a little bit, maybe I'll swing it around and you can get a little better view instead of that stupid tree that's off to the side here. So,
hey, that tree is providing oxygen.
You can't even see. It looks
now you can't see me because
no, that's a better view. That's a better view. No, go down so we can't see you. There you go.
Well, you want me to go up, and because down is me.
There was a big trade in baseball today. Philly's got a reliever, David Phelps, but I thought the Padres. Yeah, the Padres picking up Clevenger from the injury. I know we were all high on the Padres going into the year, and they're playing pretty good. So that's going to be a big pickup. And Toronto, who's been playing better, also picked up, which I'm kind of surprised the Dodgers traded him, Ross Stripling, from the Dodgers to the Blue Jays.
What they get for him? I mean, maybe...
For Stripling, they got 2 players to be named later. I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
Okay, so a box of Band-Aids and a hoagie sandwich. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not a good trade.
Tasty cakes. That would have required another player.
Yeah. Oh, Nick already. Hey, Billy, can you send me some tasty cakes? Because Nick sure as shit won't.
That's right.
Billy, man. Yeah, Billy, you got a FedEx hookup. Send them down, FedEx.
Yeah. Tasty cakes, man. Candy cakes and the good cupcakes.
So, next weekend, Captain, I am heading up Nevada Nick's way. I'm going to head up to the Poconos, and I'll find a spot to get some tasty cakes and see if I can't put a care package and get with Mr. Billy and see if we can't get it shipped down to you.
Is this after you find my "I fuck on the first date" shirt from AC?
Yeah, I'll be down. I'm gonna stroll down to the boardwalk because I wait until after the Labor Day because then everything, they're just giving stuff away pretty much,
Okay. Yeah. So get a T-shirt and some really good. I like the candy cakes, and I'm sorry, candy cakes are second. I like the cupcakes with the cream and the chocolate on top.
Okay.
The cream cupcakes.
Yes, Jason Dean. I'll hit you up. I'll let you know exactly. I don't know exactly where we're at up there, but when I know, I'll let you know. If it's close, maybe we can hook up. I'll buy you a birthday beer or something.
You're going to the Poconos to see all those Jewish people performing in the Poconos. Oh my God!
Are you by Pocono Downs up there, like Blakesley area, or by the ski resorts? Because that's where I go. I go to Blakesley when I go up there.
Yeah, no, I know I'm by Jim Thorpe somewhere.
Oh, that's Blakesley. That's right by Jim Thorpe. Yep.
Okay,
nice.
So there you go. I'm not
enjoy yourself.
I only go up once in a blue moon.
Coach,
I don't know.
Just you take it my way. Pleasure Dome. Look it up. Go there.
Pleasure
Dome. Oh, what a spot!
You're gonna get gonorrhea.
One of those rare diamonds in the rough.
Yeah. Diamonds in the rough, and 2 days later, you're getting a shot in the ass. I know exactly what that is, man.
Billy, what Billy just said, captain and coach, about he thinks Burrow might have the better year. I think Tua has the better team, though.
Right.
If they play him, I know they said Fitzpatrick's going to start. Now he does have AJ Green. Burrow, I think he might be more talented, but I think Tua's in the better position to succeed than Burrow.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Into the Pleasure Dome, apparently.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, Billy. Like I said, Burrow's going to get the opportunity, obviously, right from the jump to start. Right. And Tua is going to be, if the Dolphins are, if they're smart, let me quantify that. If the Dolphins are smart and they're not schmucks and they don't throw them to the wolves right away, because not only do they got Fitzpatrick, they still got the Rosen kid, who I'm surprised is still on that team, and then Tua. So what they have is they got good trade bait with Rosen, which might go to his third team in less than 5 years if somebody actually wants him. I'm actually surprised that Rosen hasn't gone to the Patriots by now, but that's another question entirely. But anyway, they have
the division.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, maybe he can work like a Brett Favre thing. He can like go to the Jets before he goes to the team he actually wants to go to. Yeah. I think that the Burrow is going to obviously be afforded the opportunity, but in the long run, okay, I think Tua is better set up because Burrow is just going to get beat the hell, kind of like David. Don't call him Derek. David Carr was set to the wolves in a very bad team with the Texans, and he was like a puppy that was rolled up with newspaper with all the amount of time that he got his ass kicked.
Yeah, and what hurt them too, I believe, didn't they bring Tony Baselli over to be with Carr, and then he tore his bicep and never could get right? If I'm correct about that, Baselli from the Jaguars, I think that was one of the guys, the draft that they can take players that are unprotected from other teams. I think that was one of their top picks, Baselli, to protect him, and then he ended up blowing out something in his arm, and he really couldn't. He was a great tackle. So another thing, Coach, if you don't mind, I do want to give out. There's a pick out there. You can bet.
Wait a second.
All right, Nevada Nick. There we go. Boom.
Yeah, there we go.
It's Nevada Nick. I should have broke your thumb. And if you don't want Gazzo breaking your thumbs, then listen to Nick's picks exclusively in the Huddle with Coach Muddle.
Go ahead.
Right. You're up. Okay, so like we said, we already gave out Vikings to win the Central plus 135. So you bet $100, you get 135 back. I love this bet. So right now there's a bet out there to one of the big two teams win the NBA championship. And the big two, they mean the Los Angeles Clippers or the Los Angeles Lakers. And that's pretty much even money. So you're betting 110 to win 100. So, it's pretty much like even up. And I'm saying yes. I love it. I think one of those teams will win the title. I don't think the Bucks are good enough yet. I think they're the two-class teams of the league. I think that's I personally bet on it. Obviously, I bet on everything I say here, but I love that bet. I would bet yes, one of those two teams will win the NBA championship. I think that's a great bet. If your book is taking that action, go put some money on it and thank Nevada Nick later.
Yeah, I don't know who Rex Lewis is, but he's angry.
Who? Well, at who? Me?
I don't know. He just put he put that on there that
what?
Read
it out.
Angry face.
What?
If you just put an angry face up there, that's all.
Oh, okay.
It must be in private because I don't see anything, or is that
maybe he's taking a dump? You know what I mean? Maybe he could be pinching a loaf too. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. He could be a little constipated or something. You never know. So getting back to that, I think where I think Rosen would fit really well. To be honest with you, the Redskins or Washington, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah,
I think
be like Prince, the team formerly known as the Redskins.
Yeah, the team formerly known as the Redskins. I think he would, because that would be a good competition. Because I don't think that the kid's that good.
Neither do I.
And to give Rosen an opportunity to work himself in there.
Now, in Haskins' defense, Washington's done absolutely nothing to help him. But I'm not very high on him either. Like I said, we always say sometimes it's all situation. Sometimes you get put in the right situation to succeed, and you succeed. And I don't think that's happened for him either. But I'm not very high on him either. I think you're going to see them probably end up drafting the QB this year. Same thing with Jacksonville. I know some people love Gardner Minshew, but Jacksonville's got the lowest over/under for wins in the league. They're at 4.5. So Jacksonville's going to be terrible. And that was before they traded the D end.
And I also think that, some of these owners, like Jacksonville in the NFL, Pittsburgh and the Mets in baseball, they should be forced to spend the money. Just because the salary cap is, what is it, 2.25, they should have to spend it, and put a team out there, because you're just tanking. And that's, I just don't agree with the whole, tanking. You're not dropping ticket prices for the tank or anything. Yeah. You're expecting us to pay top dollar to go see garbage, and it's not.
Isn't there a floor? I thought that there was a floor, that because of all of these people that were doing that, they said, well, you have to spend at least the floor. So because the NFL said that you had to do the floor, basically what you might want to do is you might want to increase your floor. So maybe it's mid wall size instead of to the ceiling, because again, and how the salary cap goes up each year, they need to make sure that they predicate that floor should be going up exponentially as well.
Right. Yeah, no, because you got terrible owners, and one of the worst owners is the guy Billy was just talking about, and that's the Bengals owner. I mean, he's cheap. Right. He's known as being cheap, and that's why I feel bad for Joe Burrow, because if Joe Burrow lands in a different situation, it might have been a different – I think he's got a lot of talent, but, that Bengals team is just –
and being a one-hit wonder kind of worries me.
I agree.
Ohio State, he couldn't get onto the field as a starter, right? And then he transfers down to LSU, which isn't known for being a quarterback type school, and was able to get in and on the field. And I mean, obviously he played well. I'm not denying. I mean, he all those accolades. So
I think he got into a good situation where LSU was trying to bring that pro offense with the guy that is now the OC in the NFL.
The Panthers.
Right. He fell into a good situation where they needed a quarterback. He had a lot of natural ability. The OC made it happen because Orgeron and the other folks said, we're gonna tailor the offense to you. So it was the perfect situation, and he had a shit ton of talent on the outside.
Yeah.
I mean, I could throw a shot put to these guys.
Yeah.
Providing I could get it, 25, well, maybe for me, maybe 5 yards downfield, but but they'd catch it and then they'd run. So it was a perfect situation, I think, for Burrow. He's a good quarterback, but I don't think he's going to light up the league in Cincinnati for quite a while, because he had a better team at LSU than he has in the pros right now.
Right. Yeah, and what Billy's saying, I think everybody will agree with that. I mean, to me, the football's one up front. I mean, both sides of the ball, offense and defensive lines. And not many teams. I mean, look at San Francisco last year. San Francisco was really good because they had a great offensive line. They had
an excellent pass rush.
And if you look at Andy Reid's success, and if you look at Andy Reid's success, Andy knows. Andy has always believed in the offensive line. His first free agent signing when he came to the Eagles, John Runyon. So Andy knows about linemen, and that's what he's constantly drafting.
That's what Runyon was drafted by the Eagles. He was not. He came in as a free agent.
No, he was on Tennessee in the Super Bowl with the Titans when they played the Rams. He was the right tackle for the Tennessee Titans.
I did not know that.
Yep. Yeah. He went to Michigan, got drafted by Tennessee, and then left that Super Bowl year and came over with Andy. That was Andy's first free agent signing.
Actually, Andy tried to get me to play offensive line for him, but he didn't give me the right number of tasty cakes, and he put Cheese Whiz on the damn Philly. I said, no, I only like real cheese, none of that Cheese Whiz shit. So I said, no, ain't playing for you. And onions.
And that's why the Cowboys, you look, they had all those years where they were just terrible in the draft, and then they finally started drafting linemen, and that's where they kind of started having some success. Bringing in Tyron Smith and the guard. I'm drawing a blank on, but they got Zach Martin.
Yeah.
Draft some of those first round linemen, and you had a good line, then you get Zeke behind it, and that's why Dak was put in a position to succeed because he had things around him. Dak doesn't have the rookie year he has if he's on the Bengals. He had a great rookie year because Jerry Jones had good players around him.
I actually think that Jerry Jones needs to send a big stipend of money to the Raiders because they had Connor Cook as their quarterback that they were going to draft. And the Raiders were stupid enough to go up in front of the Cowboys and take Connor Cook, the quarterback of the future, or at least a good backup to Derek Carr. Yeah. And then they were left. Dallas was left with, we'll take Prescott. It's kind of like, when you're playing the teams, in the rec league basketball, and you're left with Joe Schlabotnik and Schmuckatelli. We'll take Schmuckatelli. Well, it ended up that Schmuckatelli being Dak Prescott actually worked out a lot better for him.
Well, and that's the thing about the Raiders. They have a good offensive line, too.
They have a great offensive line.
You got Trent Brown, who was some people question because he just had one good year with the Patriots there. But I think he's played well for the Raiders. And then you see with their defensive line, getting Crosby in the second round, I'm sure Crosby. Is it? Why am I drawing his name? The DN.
You're Max Crosby, but he was like
Crosby, right? I thought I was getting his name
like a fourth round. He was a fourth rounder.
Was he?
I
thought he was a second or a third.
No, we got him for a steal. Crosby was like a fourth or a fifth rounder. They got rid of the second rounder in PJ Hall because he wasn't producing and just eating and shitting. So they got rid of him. They got Hurst in the fourth round only because he had the bad ticker. So they got a steal on Hurst, who is from Michigan, but is actually worth a shit, Jason. So I'll give you that. He's actually a Michigan guy that is worth a shit.
Pick this up tomorrow, gentlemen, because we are up against it. So remember, tell your friends if you missed any of the show, you can always listen to it anywhere you listen to a podcast, Apple, Google, Spotify. It'll be up in a little bit. Remember to go over to the YouTube page, like our page, subscribe, because when we get to 100, we're going to give away that gift card. So, and remember, tomorrow we'll be on YouTube. So
in 2035, when Coach gets to 100, you're going to get that free gift card.
All right, Captain Jack, you want to plug anything for tonight? You got anything going on tonight?
No, actually, I got a night off. Whether I'm going to be with Raider Homer tonight, but tomorrow night, remember, tomorrow and Wednesday, it's myself and Angela in the What the Fuck Are We Talking About over on my channel this week. Captain Jack Rackham Levy on YouTube. So that's tomorrow night and Wednesday night. But I also got 3 upcoming webcasts. Jared Bunch this Friday, Bob Grant next Monday, and then Jack Squirick, the hero Johnny on the spot of Super Bowl 18. I almost said 37, wrong Super Bowl. But Super Bowl 18, where he picked off Theismann, he'll be on the following Friday on 11 September. So be sure to check out those casts as well.
Awesome. All right. Excellent. All right, everyone. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see everybody tomorrow night. Take care. All right. And